Hey, good morning, everybody. It's LALATE. I hope you're good and safe. It's a Wednesday morning and great, incredible news across your board for your second stimulus check, as 5 senators yesterday wrote a letter urging for a second stimulus check in the CR. The president urged a stimulus check in the CR. And there's calls across the board from Republicans and Democrats for a second stimulus check in the CR. That's the great news. The bad news is that there's literally so many fake narratives. I don't even think Jackie Collins could write a novel for this. There's so many false fictional stories that are coming out of congressional leaders' mouths that it's hard to keep track of what's true or what's false. In this video, I'm going to break down all the truths and all the lies that were told labeled yesterday, and there's more than a few of them. I'll make sure you're up to date about what actually did happen late yesterday and where we are this morning. And then I'll also add, well, maybe the people who told us the truth were also lying as well. It's just a lot of confusion, but the only thing that's good that we know so far is that they did not save me bacon. As always, thank you for joining me on Early Mornings LALATE. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Early Mornings LALATE. It's Wednesday morning. I'm so glad you crushed the Tuesday. But the gossip was about to crush me, and we sort of filtered through it, and in this video I'm going to filter through it for you as well. But the great news across the board is that states who are become like the saving grace are absolutely giving out stimulus, whether it's checks or extended benefits or rent stimulus. Really really incredible, great news in a day or week in which we're sort of captivated by this craziness of the CR congressional leaders, and the rest of us, the real followers of the channel, are saying, hey, you know what, there's all that money that the states are sending out, so let's focus on that and not all this silliness. So please subscribe, because ultimately I'm ensuring that you get money right now, not 5 days from now, not 5 fake narratives from now, not 5 fake bills from now or 5 fake memos from now. I'm ensuring you get money right now. And this is thousands of dollars. And the viewers continue to win. If you watched Purple Power Live last night, boy, they were really winning. So please subscribe, because we're fighting to get you this money. There's a new community page at news.lalate.com/community, which I'll drop in the pinned comments above and in the links above. And there's 9 volunteers and 1 for EIDL. It's just absolutely incredible. So please subscribe, because no one's fighting to get you money right now, despite whatever's going on in Congress. Meantime, if you check over there, there's an instant premiere. Yes, if you're tuning in at the 6 a.m. edition, 6 a.m. when the show debuts on the East Coast, this is a live instant premiere. It allows you to chat along with your Purple Power buddies. And so you can chat about me, chat about, my hair extensions, of which there's none, and chat about the set. How do you like the set? What do you think about the set? Still make some changes, trying to see how it adapts to the light. So thank you for the nice comments about the set overnight as well. And with that, boy, there's just so much breaking news. I'm even choking up over it. Let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news is that the second stimulus check is being urged by more people by the hour to get into the continuing resolution bill than even we anticipated no less than a few days ago. The Purple Power push was stimulus check or shutdown, or stimulus checks or shutdown. And now the messaging is very loud and clear that there will be a stimulus check in this proposal, but the forces that are getting involved are absolutely dealing with a lot of fake narratives. So let me recap and get you up to date on what's true and what's false. And people were literally just shoveling it left and right yesterday. First, Nancy Pelosi said that she's so excited that Mitch McConnell has accepted the problem maker's $900 billion proposal. Mitch did not accept. He did not accept Nancy. You know he did not accept. That's a naughty. He did not accept it. Mitch, in fact, said that he would accept it if you dropped your state and local from the $900 billion bill, and state and local is about $300 billion, and then he'll drop his liability insurance, and everyone will talk about that in January when Joe comes around. So he did not accept $900 billion. So let's check that one off the list. That's number one. Number two, some people were saying that Mitch McConnell offered $600 a week of a stimulus check. That's just wacko. Number two, check that off the list. The next one that I heard was the senator from Louisiana, my favorite, Senator Cassidy, said that the president supports his bill. Last night we learned the president does not support your bill. And it's actually not a bill, it's a memo again. Does not support your memo, whether it's a pamphlet or a memo or a napkin. Doesn't support it. The president came out and made it very clear that it does not support it. Steve Mnuchin, oh my goodness, Steve Mnuchin is just fake narrative after fake narrative after fake narrative yesterday. All right, let me go every step of the way with this, because this is actually sort of amusing in a very sick way. First, he issued a memo. And the memo said, this is what the White House position is on the CR. Okay, wait a second. Let's back it up. The president in the Oval Office with reporters present taping video said that he supports what Mitch McConnell does and supports Mitch McConnell's $500 billion bill or memo. So when did Steve Mnuchin suddenly jump to 500 to 900? And Steve Mnuchin later said he had not really consulted with Steve before he wrote this up. Okay, when is this throw Mitch on the bus day? Wait a second. The president said very clearly he was supporting the 500. When did the president go to 900? This doesn't make any sense. Okay, the next thing that made no sense. Steve Mnuchin's tweet, the tweet that had the cute little logo and everything in it, the tweet had no mention of stimulus checks in there. Well, social media went crazy. Oh, there's no stimulus check in there. There's no stimulus check. About 20 minutes later, the White House issued a statement. Yes, the president doesn't want a stimulus check in the proposal. Okay, why did Steve Mnuchin send out a tweet that has no stimulus check in it? Goodness. Okay, number two for Steve Mnuchin. Number three for Steve Mnuchin. Steve Mnuchin went to apparently speak to people about what he wanted to do. And he went to speak with Nancy Pelosi. And he said, I was so excited to talk to Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi issued a statement. She says, I'm so unhappy that Steve Mnuchin's reaching out to me. He's just trying to muddy the situation. Why are you getting involved now? So she was not happy she had reached out to her. Okay, check that one off the list. Then comes the stimulus check discussion. Oh my God. The $600, I'm going to do it like this. Quotes, stimulus check, because there was no $600 stimulus check. Repeat, there was no $600 stimulus check. Literally caused a realm of confusion. And for those channels that really told viewers that it had become a law and that it's just, shame on you. It's just read a little bit before you go on air, please. Let me explain what happened. This is what happened. Steve Mnuchin issued the tweet. The tweet had no stimulus check at all in it, no stimulus check. Then the one newspaper out of Washington had a gossip piece that said the White House wants to do a $600 stimulus check. A source says off the record. Okay, all right. You follow me, so yeah. So gossip. So someone reached out to the White House for comment about the gossip. Someone from another paper reached out for comment about the gossip. The White House denied the gossip, said it's untrue. The White House does want to have a stimulus check in the proposal, but has not yet made a determination about the amount, aka false. I'm going to say that again. The White House has not made a determination yet about the amount. Now, at that point, we were all we're all caught up. We're all good. This was late last night. We're all good. Then came Kevin McCarthy, who said, well, Steve Mnuchin called me up and talked about a $600 stimulus check. Okay, so is the White House not telling the truth? Is Kevin not telling the truth? Does Steve Mnuchin have no authority from the White House to talk about $600? Is he just informally talking about it? needless to say, the bottom line is the official statement in writing from the White House is no amount has been determined by the White House. So that remains the official written statement. Everything else is gossipy, that maybe the person did say this, maybe the person sort of said that, maybe the person sort of said this. A lot of gossipy. Okay, we caught up? Yes. The interesting place we are today as we start Wednesday morning is that it's really hard to gauge where this is heading. And I'll tell you why. Mitch McConnell's liability provision seemed to be the real crusp of what I thought was the problem in the CR. I reported that earlier yesterday, and I said, you know what, Mitch McConnell has always wanted this liability provision. If he doesn't get it, I don't see this happening. I see the CR imploding, and I see government going on to a shutdown. But then Mitch made this offer: I'll take it out if the Democrats take out their state and local, which just seems so logical. The Democrats can take care of state and local in 30 days from now. What's going to happen to state and local in the next 30 days? When Chuck Schumer came out and said, I reject Senator McConnell's offer, I'm not going to wait 30 days for state and local. It has to be now or else. Well, then what's the else? The else is shutdown. Now, here is what makes things so darn confusing. Get ready for a laugh. This is what makes things so darn confusing. Mitch McConnell made an offer. Mitch McConnell's proposal is his proposal and the White House's proposal. He's the author of the proposal. So it's not like someone else talking on behalf of Mitch. It's Mitch talking for himself. He made an offer. I'll take out this if you take out that. Well, then came Chuck Schumer and said, I'm rejecting that. The problem is, guess what? What do you think the problem is? Drop in the comments below. I'd love to see if you're about to answer what I'm about to say. The problem is that who does Chuck Schumer speak on behalf of anymore? We really don't know, because Chuck Schumer at the very second day of these negotiations said, you know what? I'm going to come up with my offer, my proposal. And he wrote a proposal. Remember his proposal? It was $2.9 trillion for CR. And then 2 hours later, he said, I withdraw it. And that was after Joe Biden said, you know, we got to get something done. What are you doing here? This is just so silly. Just get something done. And Chuck Schumer zipped it for like 4 days or 3 days. Suddenly, Chuck Schumer's coming back and says, I'm rejecting it. Who do you represent? Do you represent the Democrats in the Senate? Because the Senate Democrats have already written, 5 of them, well, more than 5 of them have written a letter saying they're not going to support anything from either of you because there's no stimulus check in there. So you don't represent them. You don't represent Joe Biden because Joe Biden is the leader of the Democratic Party and he says he wants a stimulus check in there, an eviction moratorium. I get a little confused here. So I do know you are consistent with Nancy. At least you got that consistency down. But, you know, it's just... So the bottom line is no one is aligned or agreeing upon anything, whether Democrats are not agreeing with Democrats, Republicans are not agreeing with Republicans, the White House is not agreeing with their own cabinet members. The president can't agree with his own cabinet members. So who's agreeing with anyone today? I don't know. So let me turn to state and local because that's the only thing you and I can agree upon. States are actually doing an incredible, great job. And what you're seeing across the board is states, cities, and counties sending out free stimulus. They're doing 4 things. First, they're doing stimulus checks, state stimulus checks. And, you know, I really wish we could just focus on this and not this hijinks in Congress. It's so disruptive and doesn't get us anywhere. And ultimately, states are getting us somewhere. So states are sending out stimulus checks. Then they're doing stimulus rent, which is free rent. And then they're doing stimulus utilities. And what's important to understand is you qualify for this. So you need to look at your city hall, your county hall, your county housing authority or city housing authority, your state housing authority, and then call all your utility companies. 1, 2, 3, all of your utility companies. Then consider the national charity nonprofits that have been around 100 plus years. They're doing incredible, great jobs. I detail them every night on Purple Power Live. And these charities are paying people's rent in Mississippi, 3 different charities, paying people's utilities in other states. And then you have all the new stuff. The new stuff is new states, cities, and counties are coming out with new things every day. And so you need to be really laser focused. For example, rent, newly announced rent stimulus in the state of New York, the city of New York, city of Houston, county of San Diego, city of Nashville, city of Atlanta, county of Gwinnett, Georgia, county of DeKalb, Georgia, several counties in Georgia, and it just continues on. There was one in Ohio and one in PA I detailed yesterday, and I'll detail them again on Mornings in LA. And so they're all coming out with this money. Then the utilities. I have organizations that are paying utilities in so many jurisdictions. Next, escalate benefits. For escalate benefits for you, I get them on file now because there's 2 things happening. One, COVID is reducing staffing at these unemployment departments. Second, because of the holidays, they're going to have less hours. One viewer last night on Being a Mitch got $10,000 from Missouri. Did exactly what I did, sent his 2019 tax return, had made over $30,000 a year, and he sent it in, and he's getting, I think it was $10,000 retroactive. He's been unemployed since about March, so he followed exactly my advice. EIDL. Follow my advice on that. Don't mess up. I did an EIDL live about 4 days ago. It's really helpful. Watch that video. It has EIDL in the image. One viewer last night on, I think it was on Being a Mitch, applied. No. One viewer DM'd me, a very nice person, DM'd me for EIDL and said he applied for EIDL for Postmates and listed Postmates as the applicant. No, they're not the applicant. You're the applicant. Well, needless to say, he was denied. So now he's trying to fix it up. So if you have questions or comments about that, drop that as well. Incredible great news is I have volunteers, 9 for CARES Act 1 and 1 for EIDL, and they're all there to help you. They're absolutely incredible people. Go to news.lalate.com/community. It's in the link above, and they're there to help you. If you have questions or comments, drop them in the comments below. I might feature them in tomorrow's recording. Join me in just a few minutes at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with a continuation of this broadcast of more about what's going to happen today for your stimulus check. I'll have more about those states, and I'll have more about that state stimulus. And I'll go over more about unemployment, which I did cover this video, FPUC, UI, and all that as well. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay about life for more.